Hi everyone, Anata here again, and welcome to a game called King's Quest VIII: The Mask of Eternity. Now, this game here, I'm going to make a long series out of this game because this is going to be a full walkthrough of the game, because not very many people, as far as I know, have had the opportunity to play this game because it didn't get the popularity that it deserved. And so, I figured this would be a perfect time to let it get out there. The King's Quest series was a very popular series, but when this game was released in '98, it seems that because it was an action game rather than it still had the puzzles like the other game, but since it had such a big action aspect to it, that a lot of people didn't like it as well as they liked the other games, and so that caused it to, as far as I could tell, not be as widely received as the older ones. But anyways, that's beside the point. Let's get right into the game and do this. Let me start by giving the story, because there's supposed to be an intro movie to this, but it didn't play. And so what happened was there's this artifact. You can probably hear me better now. I didn't realize I was up there. There's an artifact called the Mask of Eternity, and it's basically like the most important thing in the world or something like that. Like, it keeps the world at order, I think. And there's a guy that kept the mask, and for some reason he decided he wanted to rule the world or something like that, so he destroyed the mask, and the pieces were cast all over the world, and it, that's pretty much it. So, let's, play the game, and you guys can see what it's all about.
Be gone, Raven. Leave her be. Whither does it fly?
And as you can see, this girl's made out of stone.
Evil which enslaves you, Sarah, but I vow its defeat and the deliverance of your sweet soul.
And the thing is, how they got turned into stone will be explained in just a second, so I don't have to talk about that.
Whence came these foul creatures? This is madness.
Yeah, about that. But I have been having some trouble with this game because, seeing as it was made in '98 and my computer runs Windows 8, I had to get a weird patch to get it to work, and it's a lot of madness and everything.
Widow Burke, I pledge my life that both you and Sarah will walk our fair land once again.
So it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's glitchy, but there were a few times that it just stopped working on me. But I played a little bit, and yes, I started from the very beginning after I did this, but I played a little bit before I started the video to make sure it wouldn't quit on me again, and it doesn't seem like it's going to do it, so it seems like it's going to work. And everything has a specific death mechanic, and it's so funny to watch it, because with certain weapons, like I'm going to take my fist, and I'm going to punch this chicken, and his head comes off. There we go. Whoa! Ooh! I was not expecting you to be there. As many times as I played this game, you'd think I would have expected that. But he was supposed to be way down the path. He was supposed to be right in front of me. And by the way, those little guys are goblins. In a second, you'll see. After I get my dagger and I go down the path a little ways, you'll see a bigger and a tiny bit tougher enemy called a Spriggan.
Thank heavens, my own dwelling. Although I should check for intruders.
Spoiler alert, there are no intruders. I'm really not positive what this guy does. I think he's a tanner. And that would make sense because of all the, the skin hanging up here, and the saddle and stuff. I guess he's also a painter? Because, I mean, what else would a tanner do in his spare time except for paint? If you notice that door's boarded up, there's the Spriggan. Hello, friend. Would you care for some tea? No? Okay. And now there's a an area that it's to get there is a little bit, I would say a tiny bit on the difficult side, only because there's a guy shooting arrows at you as you run there. You just have to keep running and jumping and he'll miss you because he doesn't lead you off very well. But it's very important that you get here as soon as possible, just because it there's an explanation that's coming up in this area that you guys would find helpful, and also because the guy up here gives me a magic map that shows where I've been and where I need to go. So, but yeah, see that guy's shooting arrows.
Come closer, lad.
Hello? You're still alive. But 'twould seem only half so.
I am a wizard, lad. A very good one.
There's
I
another
knew
goblin.
the wild tempest was
You can see him
approaching and
back here in the
swiftly
screen.
conjured a countering spell, although as you can see, it wasn't enough.
Tell me, good wizard, what was the tempest's nature?
'Twas a magic of darkness. The mask of eternity has suffered a terrible fate. 'Twas destroyed by an evil entity, which has since taken up quarters in the mask's sanctum sanctorum.
The mask of eternity?
Aye, lad, the mask of truth, light, and order. Now it lies in 5 fragments, scattered separately across the land.
5?
Well, 'twas 5, but you now possess 1. That leaves 4.
I? Sounds!
Indeed. Now chaos reigns, and the vile spirits who rule the elements are free to cause mayhem o'er the land. Mortals like you now find themselves trapped within rocks and stones. But you, lad, have been chosen to perform the sacred task of finding the remaining 4 pieces
If
of
you
the
look at
Mask
the
of Eternity and
emblem
returning the mask to
on
its
his
most
chest,
holy
that's the Mask of
sanctuary.
Eternity.
The mask itself, 'twould seem, has chosen you.
I am honored to perform such a noble quest. But where do I begin?
'Tis my friend for you to discover. I know no more. I can, however, conjure you a magic map which will aid you in travel throughout the land. Behold!
I am grateful, sir. My destiny is clear. I shall prevail.
But yeah, that's one thing that you would sort of notice that you might catch later, and I didn't catch myself until just now when I pointed out that his necklace, the medallion I should say that he wears, looks like the Mask of Eternity. Other than the fact that their robes are silver and his robes are red, and but all that he looks just like the Archons of the Mask of Eternity. His beard even looks the same as theirs. So if I had to guess, I would say that that was what he did. Like he did that and then retired or something like that. You never find out anything like that. Like that anything like that may or may not have happened. But I hear Spriggan. You don't find out that anything like that may or may not be the case, but I think it's a very good possibility that that might be what happened. Oh, you heard that chicken die, huh? I will cut your head off with this small dagger, because I'm just that awesome. Zombie! Ugh! You undead freak! Can I talk to this pig? Hey, pig. Fine, die! I love how this half of him is up there and that half of him become a flat texture. And I believe there are more zombies back here. Yep. Come on, boy. Charge up my attack and stab! See if I can cut you off. Yeah, ha 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 ha. I heard footsteps. Were they zombie footsteps? No. I don't remember what I was just saying, because the game crashed on me, and, I got it up again. My save is in the right spot, so this, this might work out well. As long as I just keep, saving periodically, it'll just be something of a nuisance, but it might work. Here you go. Here's something sad right here.
Even a poor babe in a cradle. I've got to stop this, to undo this evil. These leather boots will help me immeasurably.
Good now, buy me some leather boots. Alright. Now you see I have my map. And now I know I can see things. Just about every level, die bat. Just about every level has a place like this. A place with clean water. You can drink and refill your health. It's very helpful. Aw, nothing in there. Any more barrels back here? Die, barrel! Alright. Alright. I cannot for the life of me remember the bartender's name. Rachel?
Leather gloves will surely help. Or Julia.
Julia.
You were there for me
No,
when I
whatever.
had troubles. And now you need me. I shall persevere until you are freed from this horrendous evil.
Her name is Julia Voxer.
I know Julia will allow me the use of her gold. You will live to walk the green land of Daventry once more. I promise you that.
You're gonna love this. Whoa. Like, apparently this guy can't hold any alcohol at all because he takes one drink of beer and then he's just like, ugh. Hey, let's play darts.
I have no time for games.
Fine. Be that way. Jerk.
A crystal with healing properties.
And how these things work is thusly. You have various healing and item things. We have right here we have the mushrooms and the crystals. These are healing items, and each one heals you progressively more and more. The mushrooms heal so much, the crystals heal so much. Then we have the sacred water, holy water, something like that heals you even more. And then the health potion, which heals 100% of your health. And then this here is the shield potion.
This potion will help shield me against all attacks.
And then you have the strength potion, and that's it causes you to do more damage with your attacks. And then one of these two is the invisibility potion, which or no, not the one of these is the invisibility potion. I think it's this one, and it lets you turn invisible. I forget why you would want to do that. And one of these is the potion of sight, which lets you see things, these lets you see through illusions. So if one time there's an invisible enemy, you can see him. One time there's a wall that's fake. Several times there's a wall that's fake, and if you use that, then you can see through it. Things like that. Hey you. Hey you. Yeah. Where am I going? I think I'll continue down this path, just because it's a little ways down here that you see your first, they're called henchmen. and they're basically the main, your main rival enemies. Ugh! Now I'll slice you. And yeah, that's what I thought. I love how these bodies are stacked. There's a Spriggan's head on the goblin's body.
Mr. Kavanaugh, I am sickened by your plight. I promise to do all I can to save you from further torment.
Ah, mushrooms. And there's more to this house later, but you'll figure out later. And one of the funniest Easter eggs in the entire game, right here. This outhouse here. And you go up to the outhouse. That never gets old. I love it. It makes me laugh every single time. Strike them all down. Alright. Now here's a mechanic in this game that it's a, there were some problems with this mechanic, I thought. It's very hard to get things to push properly, but, you know, once you get used to it, it's not so bad. There's my axe. Draw my axe. And here's the enemy. And these guys are so awesome.
What's this? A lack. What grows here? By whose authority, sir?
Enough talk. Give it here.
Or fight for it then. On guard.
Now, when I read the first time I read the tutorial for this game when I was younger, they said be prepared for a huge, massive fight, super difficult. That's all it is.
Despicable varmint. Whence came he to Daventry?
He's a despicable varmint. But yeah, that's it. And this little paparat here, turret, whatever you want to call it, this is good for one thing. So you can see. Figure out how to get into. Let's see. Figure out how to get in. Get into. There we go. Oh well, there's an island over there. It's the wizard's home. But anyways, let me shut that off. I'm gonna leave this video off here. This is gonna be a longer series because it's a pretty long game. Well, I mean, you know, it's only takes I think I beat it in 3-4 hours one time. But you know, when you cut that into 15, 16-minute increments, that's a long time. It's a long number of videos, especially when I usually only do, you know, in a series I usually only do one video per week. But anyways, I hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see all you guys next time. Dude, you're freaking creepy.